Welcome back guys, welcome to a brand new video. Today we are going through my top 5 tips of how I improved my 5k running time from the start of the year. So at the start of the year I was running around the 23-24 minute mark for my 5k, and over the last 6 months I managed to get that down to sub 20, albeit at 19:59, but sub 20 nonetheless. So I put a video up there today, the 5 things that I've done to change my approach to running, to how I've improved my score. So today is my top 5 tips on how to improve your run time for your 5k. Starting off, the first thing that I started to incorporate into my training to get faster is I used to just get up, pick a time I was going for the run, say 10 o'clock, put my shoes on, go out and just start running. I always felt sore afterwards, and at the start of the run I couldn't do much with the first like 400 meters. It just felt stiff, sore, and it just didn't really work for me. So what I started doing was I started stretching and warming up. Basic things that everyone should do anyway, but I feel that a lot of people don't do. For the warm up, over the course of 1 mile, I walk a quarter mile, stretch, jog a quarter mile, stretch, sprint a quarter mile, stretch, and then I walk the last quarter mile and stretch again before I start my run. Stretching, I will do basic stretches, nothing fancy. Everyone should just Google stretches and lunges, squats, or even that stretches for your dynamics. Stretching, that really helped me after the run. That really helped me feel a lot better as well. The stretching part of it is obviously going to make you feel loose, prevent injury as you run. If you like starting off new, prevent injury. But the warm up is very important, especially for if you're going for a fast time, because during your warm up it raises your heart rate. So when you start your run, your heart rate is already up, which means your body is kind of used to it. You're going to be able to find your stride a lot quicker. So you're going to be able to start off with a higher pace. So you're going to be more adapted to the breathing of it. Whereas if I just leave the house now and go for a run, it's going to take me a good quarter, half a mile for my body to realise that I'm running, for the heart rate to come up. If it comes up quickly, I'm going to start losing my breath. But if you do your warm up, you're going to be able to breathe through it. You're going to be able to have your heart rate already up, and then with your stretching, you're already going to be warmed up. So you're just going to be able to start your run a lot quicker with the warm up. Step number 2, well, top tip number 2, is your shoes. Now, getting new shoes is not going to make you run faster, no matter what shoes you buy. You can't just buy a pair of shoes and expect to lose a minute off your time. But what you can do is you can buy a pair of shoes and you'll feel a lot comfier, and your feet won't get as sore. So when I started the year, I was wearing like Vans, or I was wearing indoor football shoes, and it's fine and everything, but obviously it's not meant for running. So eventually, if you was running as much as I was, or if you run as much as you should to improve your time, you're going to start to feel it in your feet. You're going to get sore, you're going to get blisters and all that stuff, and it's just horrible. So I would highly recommend investing in a pair of running shoes. Now you don't have to break the bank. You can just go to like your local Sports Direct. I know they'll be on the cheap, 20 quid pair of running shoes. You don't need to be spending your 50 to 100 to 150 quid, or whatever. You just need a basic pair of running shoes just for that little bit of comfort, and you won't be as sore afterwards, like I've already said. Tip number 3, your training type. So what are you training for? So for this video in particular, it's about improving your 5k. So what I would recommend for your training is, if you're just starting your 5k, just getting out there, running, get your 5k, run the 5k and get your time. And then what I would do is I would get your time to a consistent time you can hit every single time. So you, for example, 26 minutes. 26 minutes, you can hit that every time. And then what I would do is I would increase your distance to around the 4-5 mile mark. And I would do that for around 4 to 6 weeks. And then go back to your 5k, and honestly, your time would have improved. What will happen is your body will get used to doing that extra, to running that 4 or 5 miles, and your body will be used to it, so that when you go back to running your 5k, your body's going to have a lot more fuel in the tank to push you that little bit further, a little bit faster during that. So your body's not going to need to save a reserve for the 4 or 5 miles. You're going to be able to, especially towards the end of your 5k, when you know it's coming up, you're going to feel a lot more, you're going to feel like you've got a lot more in you, and you're going to be able to push a lot harder at the end of that 5k than what you would have before you've done your endurance training. Now, if you got your time like the 23, 22 minute mark, and you really want to get to that sub 20 time, I would recommend you doing 400, 800 interval training. You're going to want to run your 5k, but you're going to want to break that up into sections, into 800 and 400 meter intervals. So for me personally, I would try to run 2 to 2.5 miles at my max pace. So that would mean doing 800, I would run 800 meters at maximum pace, and then I'll take a minute, 30 seconds to 60 seconds off, and then I'll do 400 meters at max pace, another 30 to 60 seconds off depending on your fitness level, and then 800 again, and then 400. What that's going to do is it's going to get your body used to running at maximum pace for a longer period of time. So instead of just like going all out for 1 mile during your 5k and then you're not really got much left in you, or at the end of your 5k and you want to sprint but it's not quite there, if you incorporate this into your training, what it's going to do is it's going to teach your body that it can run longer distances at that pace. Number 4 on my top 5 is diet. I had to change my diet. Yeah, so diet is just one of those simple things that anyone can do but not everyone does do. And the people that are going to progress and go further, get their faster times, are going to be the people that are going to take their diet a little bit more seriously, the people that are willing to make a little bit of sacrifice to get that extra bit of reward in taking the extra seconds off their time. So it's just simple things like don't eat that chocolate bar, eat an apple, banana, whatever. Just change less bad snacks for good snacks, and it'll make the world a difference. And you hear it all through school and as you grow up and then your 5-a-day stuff, but it's all out there for a reason. It's because it does work. Just people don't want to believe it works because they want to have that snack, they want to have that ice cream at the end of the day and all of that. But changing your diet will be one of the most important things, especially if you're trying to hit that sub 20 mark. If you want to hit that sub 20 mark, I'd say diet is key. And in order that, hydration. Keep your fluids on board. Get your water in you. Get 2 litres of water in you a day, and you'll just feel better. Even if you're not running and you just happen to come across this video and you make this phone, drink your water. Drink 2 litres a day. You'll feel so much better. Your skin will look better. You'll just feel incredible compared to what you feel now. And number 5, probably the most important one, consistency is key. Be consistent. There's no point running for a month and taking 2 months off. You're not going to improve. Consistency is everything. You need to be doing your 2 runs a week, 3 runs a week, whatever depending on how serious you're taking this. Even if you're just trying to drop from like the 30-minute mark to the 28-minute mark, you still need consistency. You're not going to need as much consistency going for those times, but if you're at the other scale, going from like the 22, 23-minute mark, trying to drop down to sub 5, consistency is going to be everything. You're going to have to keep running 3 times a week minimum if you want to get to that sub 20 mark. And I'll throw a little extra one in there. Top tip number 6. Excuses don't exist. There's no room for excuses. There's no reason you can't stretch or warm up. Liam, I haven't got time to do my run, let alone warm up. Wake up 10 minutes earlier. Get out of the house 10 minutes earlier. Liam, I can't afford to get some pair of shoes. You can go down to Sports Direct for 20 quid. Just don't go to the pub one night or don't eat chocolate for 2 weeks. You'll save more than enough to get you a pair of shoes. Training type. Yeah, it's a little bit, if you want to do it, there's no excuse you can't do it. If you're going to get out for your runs anyway, there's no excuse you can't be doing specific training to help you break your time down. Diet is an obvious one. There's no excuse to be eating like crap and then complaining while your time's not going down. If you eat healthy, you'll feel healthy. There's no excuse. And you don't have to eat like a saint all the time. You can have like snacks and whatever. Just don't go overboard, basically what I'm trying to say. Consistency is key. If you can get out of the house 2 times a week minimum, I'd recommend 3 to 4, 3 would be perfect. 3 times would be perfect, 2 minimum. But consistency is key. There's no reason you can't be consistent. I have a job, I have 2 kids, and I can still get out of the house. I mean, the wife's brilliant on it, that helps, but there's no reason you can't. You can always find time in the day. Like I said, waking up 20 minutes early, you can get out and do a 20-minute run. Even if that's not your full 5k, you're still getting in more of a run than if you just lay in bed and do nothing. Or if you get home late at night, you're about to put a TV show on and just sit there and watch a film for like the next 3 hours. Watch TV and film for 3 hours. Just take 20 minutes away from that and go out for your run. But yeah, that has been my top 5 tips on how I've improved my time and how you can improve your time. I hope this is beneficial. If you have enjoyed the video, or you do find any of this interesting or want to know more, comment down below for any additional information. If you did enjoy, I hope subscribe to the channel for more videos in the future. I can do a lot more of these and show you my running time, so I'm going to start building up my endurance next. I want to get faster over a long period of distance, so I think that's what I'm going to be doing next. And yeah, basically I just hope you enjoy the video in general. Please share it with all your friends or anyone that you think that this will be beneficial to, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bosh.